First on the agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next, the approval of minutes.
I'll make,
Okay,
I'll make a motion I approve minutes.
Second. Motion made by Mrs. Thorsky, seconded by Mr. Burnett to approve the minutes. Is there any discussion? Mr. Burnett? Yes. Mrs. Thorsky?
Yes.
Ms. Kelly?
Yes.
Albert votes yes, passes 4-0. Next, the approval of claims.
I'll make a motion. I'll second.
Motion made by Ms. Kelly, seconded by Mrs. Thorsky to approve the claims. Is there any discussion? Mr. Burnett?
Yes.
Mrs. Thorsky?
Yes.
Ms. Kelly?
Yes.
Albert votes yes, passes 4-0. Next, utilities, MCO.
Here's a copy of my report. It's kind of like a couple of bullet points. We have the waterway that operates on the street on September 3rd, which is Sunday. We wait several days to repair it because trying to get a crew out there would be very difficult. We will revisit that site and have a new service installed. Probably go all in and doing that. It's very difficult to get contractors to come and do this work right now. The other item, water, is recorded before a new lead copper roll regarding completing the water service line inventory and basically plans on how to correct any lead services in town. Corey from our staff met with Lori about beginning that. They start looking into putting the inventory together. That's the beginning of it. There's a lot of other steps that have to be done. It's going to be very, very time consuming, and it'll actually be the project clerk's office will be doing most of that work. We've got some data for that, but it's going to be time consuming. And it has to be done. I think we have 15 months to complete it. So, and this is required for all water services or all water utilities in the state of Indiana. It's actually a federal law that was made. We will have the Nash Pinch flow meter installed this month. One of the other projects that we're going to be probably looking to complete will be the replacement of the manhole castings on Flint Road. There's two of them the castings are broken. The manhole with the roofs. It's going to be an expensive project. State highways basically said that since it's sanitary sewer, it's our responsibility. Finally, the last thing is a little construction project that's going on in Main Street. We're nearing completion of that. Most of the equipment's there. We probably see another month of construction. Bones wrapping a lot of it up. We're going to start up on most of the equipment. We're going to switch over to the new headworks, which is the new lift station and screening building. We think that we'll get into the existing building and demo a lot of the old equipment out so we can put some of the new pumps and other items in there. Hopefully we'll be able to come to switch on for the correctional center sometime in October. So I think that's
October.
all I've got. Any questions?
Okay.
Casting, the one that's in front of the hero pad, or is that different ones?
No, the ones that are the ones that we had problems with are the ones around line.
Okay. Did they ever get back with you on?
Nobody should say anything to me. I don't like. Did you talk to anybody?
Must be. I think there's that storm up there, right? Yeah, that's the nuts. Okay, we have ordinance 2023-8, rates and charges for the sewage work system. This was introduced 3 weeks ago. And there was a hearing tonight regarding ordinance 2023-8, an ordinance amending ordinance number 2014-4 concerning the rates and charges of the sewage works system for the town of Westville, Indiana. Whereas the town of Westville has established, acquired, and financed the sewer works pursuant to Indiana Code 36923 as amended for the purpose of providing for the collection, treatment, disposal of sewage from inhabitants in and around the town. Whereas the current rates and charges of the sewer works are set forth in ordinance 92-4 of the town as amended by ordinance 2002-10 and ordinance number 2014-4 of the town. Whereas Baker Tilly Municipal Advisors, financial advisors of the town, has prepared a rate report concerning the current rates and charges of the sewer works in connection with the addition of the Westville Correctional Facility as a sewage works customer. And whereas based on the report, the council finds that the current rates and charges for the use of and service rendered by the sewage works will yield revenue surpassing the essential costs linked to the functioning of said sewage works, including legal expenses, maintenance costs, operating charges, repairs, lease rentals, and interest charges on bonds or other obligations of the sewage works, to provide a sinking fund for the liquidation of indebtedness, and to provide adequate funds to be used as working capital and funds for making extensions and replacements and to make payments in lieu of taxes. And whereas the council find based on the report that current rates and charges for the use of and service rendered by the sewage works must be decreased to align the revenue requirements of the sewage works after the addition of Westville Correctional Facility as a sewage works customer. Whereas the council find that the rates and charges set forth herein are based upon the cost of providing service to the customers of the sewage works and will enable the town to continue meeting its legal revenue requirements for the sewage works. And whereas the council has caused notice of a public hearing on the rates and charges set forth herein to be duly advertised and mailed, has held a public hearing thereon, all pursuant to the act. Now therefore be it ordained by the town council of the town of Westville, Indiana, that Section 1 of the rate ordinance is hereby amended and restated in its entirety as follows. Meter customers, the sewage utility rate schedule, rate per 1,000 gallons is $8.37. There are no rate levels for the utility. All customers pay the same rate per gallon. The minimum charge for the use of and service rendered by the sewage work shall be based upon the meter sizes as follows. 5/8 to 3/4 inch, 2,500 gallons, monthly rate is $20.93. 1 inch, 3,000 gallons minimum, $25.11. 1.5 inch, 4,500 gallon minimum, $37.67. 2 inch, 6,000 gallons, $50.22. 3 inch, 7,500 gallons at $62.78. Westville Correctional Facility, the minimum monthly charge is $121,545. Monthly credit of $12,167. All ordinances and parts of ordinances in conflict herewith are hereby repealed. Section 3, in the event of any one or more of the provisions contained in this ordinance shall be held invalid, illegal, or unenforceable in any respect. The validity, legality, and enforceability of the remaining provisions contained herein shall not in any way be affected or impaired and shall remain in full force and effect. This ordinance shall be in full force and effect after its passage. Westville Correctional Facility will be paying the same rate as a residential user will be for the sewage. So if they use 4,000 gallons like a customer would, their rate they would pay the same amount as what the customer, the residential would be. So I will make a motion that we adopt ordinance 2023-8.
I'll second.
Motion made by Albert, seconded by Ms. Kelly to adopt ordinance 2023-8. Is there any discussion? Mr. Burnett?
Yes.
Ms. Forsky, Ms. Kelly? Yes. Albert votes yes, passes 4-0. Okay, we have resolution 2023-6. What this is, basically, we had upfront costs for the water project for the Westville Correctional Facility, and we paid for it. They are reimbursing us for this. And what they are doing, we're basically rather than the state borrowing money from themselves to pay this and the rest of the project. I assume the rest of the project, they are giving us a grant for the amount. I'm guessing it probably saves a lot of logistics along the way. So we have resolution 2023-6, and you reviewed this too, I think, Doug. Okay. Any problems with it? Resolution 2023-6, Town of Westville, whereas the Westville Town Council, Westville, Indiana, hereinafter called the town, has been advised that there is a fund through the Indiana Finance Authority to aid the improvement of wastewater and drinking water in the state of Indiana, better known as the IFA, Supplemental Drinking Water and Wastewater Assistance Fund. Whereas the town is desirous of applying for a grant from the Indiana Finance Authority Supplemental Drinking Water and Wastewater Assistance Fund in the amount not to exceed $85,000. Whereas the town of Westville has a need for funding in the amount not to exceed $85,000. Now therefore be it resolved, the town is hereby authorized and direct Lori Mercer and Michael Albert, Clerk Treasurer and Council President, to complete the documentation necessary for submittal to the Indiana Finance Authority or applications, resolutions, agreement, or any other documents needed to attain said funds. Be it further resolved, the Town Council of Westville, Indiana does hereby accept any funds authorized to be granted by the town by the Indiana Finance Authority. And be it further resolved that upon completion of materials to be submitted to the Indiana Finance Authority in connection with said grant request, to the satisfaction of the President of the Town Council, the Clerk Treasurer of the town is hereby authorized and directed to carry out any and all actions necessary to effectuate the requesting of said grant from the Indiana Finance Authority and accept said funds if awarded. I will make a motion that we adopt ordinance 2023-6.
I'll second it.
Motion made by Albert, seconded by Ms. Kelly to adopt resolution 2023-6. Any discussion? Mr. Burnett? Yes. Ms. Forster?
Yes.
Ms. Kelly? Yes. Albert votes yes. Passes 4-0. Okay, streets, parks, police.
628 calls for service. Out of that, 254 were traffic stops. We had 2 hit and run crashes we responded to, 6 injury crashes, and 8 arrests.
Okay, anything for police from anybody? Finance? We have anything, nothing. Activity report, fire department, do you have any, Steve? I think Jason's kid's playing baseball.
Yeah.
So I know he's been busy, yeah. Any citizens' comments? Anything else come before the council?
Actually, I want to ask John something. Just to confirm, so the rate drop for the sewage will probably take effect for the December bill. The December utility bill.
Yeah, so generally be the first full cycle. So that'll take some time to get rates into Keystone, I assume. So we're in September now. So if you're able to get the rates in effect by October 1st, which would be the next full billing cycle, the new rates wouldn't actually be billed until December.
Right.
You'd be billing. So it would actually be December bills.
That's when you get December bill.
Yeah. That's correct, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Anything else? I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second.
Motion made by Albert, seconded by Mrs. Beforiski to adjourn. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed, being none, the meeting adjourns at 7:14.